Hi.
Hey, Chels. Hey, Stace. Hey, Melissa.
Hi.
I'm so happy you guys are here. Stacy, about time.
Can you hear me?
Is that Stacy? Yes.
Yes. Okay. I wasn't sure. I haven't been on one of these for a long time.
Stephanie. Hey, girl. You're going to love these numbers I'm going to tell you. You guys, I'm seriously like freaking out. My heart is racing.
What are you doing? Maybe. Okay.
Jennifer with the J. I want you to put a picture on, Jen.
I'm trying to let it like show my video, but I can't figure it out.
Oh. Chelsea, are you going to turn on your video?
I'm driving and eating, and so not at the moment, but when I talk, I will. How about that?
Oh, Jen, yay, your video came on.
Hey, Daddy? No, I'm on a meeting. And whoever information was on it. You didn't plug it in this booty? Oh, yeah, it's here. Stop it! Oh, yeah, it's booty. No, don't do that. It's gross.
Thank you. I'm hopping on my team call now. Megan Curry, you're here. Let's see if you can figure out how to turn on your audio. Okay, let's see. I want to view this differently. Let me see if I can do this. You. Okay. We'll do it this way for now. How are things, Stephanie? How are things going in Cali? Good. How's your month?
I wasn't muted. Oh my gosh, I thought it was muted. Well, about 9,000 away from executive for the whole team.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. We'll see.
Stephanie, are you serious?
Yes, that's
getting close.
Yeah, that's if they get Monica moved before the end of the month, which Kristen said. I mean, I turned in the paperwork, that's all done, and she said she sent it over to get like approved. Yeah. So because then she'll be my second director.
Well, you know what I'm coming to understand is they do this a lot more often than I thought they did. It seems like people get moved around a lot as long as that paperwork is signed, correct?
Yeah.
Because at the retreat, people were talking about how if they move these people down here and these people over here, that they can rank up. So I'm like, oh, well, are we just the only ones that don't know that happens?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and like in Monica's case, it's legitimate because the three people above her never did anything, and then her direct sponsor totally quit. Right. And the other two women have done nothing for 8 months. So it's like they were, I don't know why, if they had just been kicked off like they should be because they're inactive, then she would be my first line anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm trying to, steal her from somebody else. It's that, and so anyhow, it is what it is. So we'll see. So yes, if that goes through, and then the rest of my team can make it. So
Nice.
we will see.
Yeah, I wonder when they'll get strict about kicking off after, a year of inactivity. Come on, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they need to keep their numbers up, I don't know.
Maybe. But I don't understand why these women are, like the one woman that could have been a director herself, she is like complaining about everything, but she's still paying the $15 every month. So that is baffling to me, but whatever. Anyhow, so it'll all work out. But yeah, so we'll see.
Okay, we'll cross our fingers. Maybe I'll ask Kristen tomorrow and see where it's at.
Yeah. Okay,
I don't want to, Chelsea and I just want to make this short and sweet, and thank you for coming on. Sometimes we have a lot and sometimes we have a little, but every one of you are going to learn something today. So, and you're going to be happy that you're on. Oh, Stacy, I'm like, where did Stacy go? She's right there. Okay. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about Cabo and some numbers, and then Chelsea's going to come on and talk about intention, working with intention, scheduling with intention. She'll kind of say more of what she's doing. First of all, you guys, you got to know this. The retreat, they are stepping it up each time. Seriously. I've been on all of them but one, the cruise, and Stephanie, you were on the cruise, so you can talk about that if I'm wrong at all. But the first one, it was fun. It was fun to be together, but it was tiny, and they didn't provide like any food, and it was really awkward. Remember that, Steph and Chels? When we were at the bar thinking we were gonna have food, and everyone was starving. But this retreat, the resort was phenomenal. And the food was amazing. They had a meet and greet together with an open bar with a ton of hors d'oeuvres and people coming around and passing you hors d'oeuvres. And then they only had two required things to be at. That was one of them, which of course we want to be there. That was you're gonna meet everyone. And then the second one was they had a formal sit down dinner. And they had 2 huge buffet lines with more food the food they had there could have fed the entire resort. It was crazy. And Travis Richardson was there taking pictures the entire time. And he put together a compilation video at the end, and they played that. And then they had all the people who qualified the highest, the top 10 were honored. That was really fun. And it was Katie Harlan was the number 1 top qualifier for that vacation. And let's see, and then Zach talked a little bit and Aaron talked a little bit. But I'll tell you what, something that was so fun is that last night was kind of like a Zyia fancy is what they called it. And everybody showed up with something with Zyia on. Well, most people did. I didn't because I got my nights confused. But everyone showed up with Zyia and they dressed it up. So it was actually really cool to see all the different. Zyia is definitely not for working out. Sorry, that sounded silly. Zyia is for working out for sure and being active. But I was blown away by what we saw dressed up. So one of my thoughts was, and Chelsea, your team can help me with this as well, is what do you guys think of putting together a lookbook of Zyia dressed up? So that we can have it at our parties.
So I've done that in the past. That was that's always been kind of my niche personally, is that's how I viewed Zyia, was that you don't just wear it to work out. I've never actually shown it for working out. Yeah. I haven't shown it dressy, but I have tried to always show it. That's why I went to them about the everywhere pants when I joined, was because I'm no, this is for every day. So I think that a lookbook of that is really, really great.
Yeah, and actually, your Instagram totally reflects that as well, Chelsea. It's a very much just a business woman who is taking the internet by storm, and it's not like promoting a lot of geared toward outdoor activity, but I definitely want to do more of this dress up Zyia. So I'm going to throw that out there. It might take a while to get a whole bunch of pictures together, but we'll still do it. Marlena, yay. I'm so glad you're here. Yay.
Hey.
We're just talking about putting together a lookbook for dressing up Zyia. So not athletic, but like when you, like this Friday night, next Friday, when you guys go out in Zyia, let's take a nice 5x7 pic, you know, something that we can use 5x7, just so you, and we'll do a lookbook for our whole team. Okay, so real quick, I want to talk numbers with you, you guys. This is crazy. So Zach talked a lot about, you know, he just gets all hyped and crazy, but he talked a lot about where a company's at, where it's come from, and these next 8 weeks. This next 8 weeks, you actually could put your team into momentum with the amount of inventory that they have coming in. And also, the reason why they did the Make Room Monday is to get rid of all those straggling items and older items because they have so much coming in. So that's why we have that. But he talked about they have a lot of inventory and just the numbers that they have crunched, what they have seen going on, and what happened last year at this time, that there's going to be a few teams that just like continue to explode. And every one of you could be part of that if you intentionally work for the next 8 weeks. And that is going to be Chelsea's big focus in the next 15 minutes. But I get 4 more minutes. Okay, so I wanted to tell you a couple numbers. If you want to write them down, it's kind of fun. I think you could tell your downline this. I think you could shout it out. I think you could put it out on Instagram. I'm not positive. I would think so. I mean, if they gave it to me, I'm sure. I asked Jeremiah these numbers today. So in 2017, by the end of 2017, we had 600 reps. And then by the end of 2018, we had 5.5 reps. Sorry, 5.5 thousand, 5,500. Okay, do you guys know how many reps we have now?
Nellie?
Yeah.
Was that Canada and US or just?
No, this
Obviously.
is US.
Oh, this
we'll
is
have
US.
to get Canadian numbers. But because your growth hasn't quite hit that momentum stage yet.
Right.
And US is definitely in momentum. So 2019, as of right now, we're not even at the end. Those are end numbers. 2019, as of September, is 13,000. So I know that number goes all over the place. I've heard 15, I've heard 7, blah, blah, blah. It is 13,000. And we still have November, December, and half of this month. So that, and you guys, there are teams that are recruiting over 1,000 a month right now. Okay, so that number is going to shoot up. So we are definitely growing by what? I don't even know. Who knows math? Who can like divide that out and figure out what percentage we are growing? So the other thing I wanted to tell you was last year we paid out $5 million. You've heard this number before, but I want you to write it down. Last year we paid out $5 million in commissions. And then this year we're going to be paying out $30 million in commissions. So what percentage is that? I mean,
so like 600% or something?
I was thinking 600%.
Correct.
Yes,
if I
it
was
is.
dividing it right, because I'm not really sure what to divide with what, but it sounds like 600%. So somebody please do 600% times 30 million. What does that come up to? Anyone? Someone gonna do it?
60 times what? 600 times?
600% times 30 million.
That'd be like 1.8 billion.
Oh, they're not gonna pay out that much. We're not going that fast.
Well, they might if we keep
Or
working.
180 million. Sorry, 180 million.
Oh, okay, yes, that sounds more reasonable. So they will definitely be up in the 100 million range. Okay, there are reps who are getting the commissions from that, right? I mean, it's not like this in the cloud, who knows where it's going. There's reps that are getting that. So facts are, Zyia's in momentum. Another fact is not everyone is in momentum, correct? But there are teams that are in, and they're in momentum, and there are individuals. So with this business, it's tricky because you can have other people shooting off, but unless you have created momentum in your team won't be one of the ones shooting off. And part of that momentum is gathering together groups of people who can be running partners, who can be buddies, and who can get excited together. And why is that? Because first of all, you have the fear of missing out, right? When women are together in a group, we don't want to miss out on anything. We want to hear the conversation. We want to be in the conversation. We want to have all the fun. So the fear of missing out is one reason why you want to have groups together. And the other reason is you see someone succeeding and you want to succeed as well, and they help you succeed. So that partnership going on. So the more that we can group our teams together and have them run together and create momentums within these little groups, our whole group as a whole will get momentum. So at this point, I want to talk about Natalie's team because I was able to get to know Natalie a lot more and chat with her. Natalie Robinson, you guys know who she is, I hope. If you don't, you will. So she I remember talking to her at the leadership retreat in January, and she had like close to 2,500 reps. Okay. So yeah, that sounds really big, but our team's getting close-ish. No, we're not. We're still around 1,000 from Angie down. But now she has, so let's 8 months later, she has over 8,000 reps. So, and her team is bringing on more than 1,000 reps a month. So let's see. And then her whole team, they sell 6 million a month. So you guys, this all happened for her this year. It wasn't last year. It was just this year in January. And for Chrissy Tager, it was more last year. And you have other girls like Natalie Robinson. You have other girls that also are in that momentum phase. So we have 8 weeks, you guys, to really just start a little ball to get rolling. Because mid-December is kind of dead. January is kind of dead. And then we'll have to start again in February, right? So 8 weeks. And the only other things I wanted to say before I pass you over to Chelsea is, number one, make a decision, right? Make the decision to do it. And then you guys, the Success in 60, it is the basics of direct sales. Go back, revisit it, go follow the principles of it. It's all about parties. Let me read you what Natalie told me today. There, she said, don't forget, okay, we are such a baby company still. They've got to share your teams have to share the opportunity, and they have to recruit. Events and recruiting are how this thing spreads. Share it with everyone and stop being fearful. People will hear about it from somebody else or from you, and it might as well be you. And that's all she does, is just she does a lot of parties. I don't think she does events, but she does a lot of parties, and she gets people through parties. And what does Success in 60 say? Parties, parties. Recruit on the second and third degree of friends, right? It's not your immediate circle, but it's your friends, friends, and friends are where you're going to get your recruits from. So the last thing I just want to say with building momentum is every single person that you've ever contacted, you need to remember to check back and check up. The money is in the check back. That's what everyone says. Always make sure you check back. So you have your binder, you have your notes, you have something where you have all those names where you've ever contacted someone. Check back on all of them. And I know Chelsea and we're kind of running partners, and that's what I'm working on. That's what she's making me work on, is I'm going back through all my emails that I have from 2 years ago. So it's hundreds. And I'm doing personal little emails to each one of them and just checking back and checking back. Okay, I'm going to pass it over to Chelsea, and she's going to take it from here. And there's a small possibility I'm going to jump off early, but this call is recorded. So if you wanted to share it with your team, just let me know, and I'll invite you to the Dropbox where it's at. Okay, Chelsea.
Okay, hi guys. I know it's been a minute. So I wanted to talk to you guys because This is what I'm doing every day for work. And also it is exactly what we should be doing, which is working with intention and marketing. You are your business, you're your brand, you know these things, but it's so important to have a system, especially when Zach is saying it's so crucial right now, the next 8 weeks, right? So basically to the end of the year, we're in our final quarter of the year. So I want you guys to take your like notepad out because I'm going to give you specifics of what you can do. So first thing is you want to work backwards. So look at your calendar for the next 8 weeks and look at the 8th week. What does it mean that you have to do your 8th week? What holidays are coming up? And that means that if you know that Christmas is on the 25th, that means that the week before, you're sure as hell pushing the last bit of your sales for Christmas because that's the last people can get them before Christmas. Same with Black Friday. The week before Black Friday, that's when you're pushing Black Friday. So work backwards when it comes to the 8 weeks and make sure that you plan ahead. That creates intention with what you're doing instead of the week of being like, crap, I don't know what I'm going to post. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I guess I'll just like throw a selfie up and hopefully something sells. That doesn't sell. There's science to selling. There's science to marketing. There's science to making the sale, whether it's actual goods or if it's getting people to join, right? Same with when Danelle said to make sure that you reach out to people and follow up with people. Everything should, whatever your system is, typically it's 222. So when you touch base with someone, go into your calendar and put in a reminder for 2 days out to follow up, 2 weeks out, and 2 months out. So you always have people you're checking up on because every day you're following up with someone because you have it in your calendar, 2 days out, 2 weeks out, 2 months out. And if you work backwards, you'll know that 2 months from now, they're probably going to be ready to order again, right? Or maybe they're going to be ready to join Zyia. 2 weeks out, that may be a time where they are interested in hosting a party, or maybe they're ready to actually purchase something because they had to wait a couple weeks. And 2 days from now, it's just a follow-up like, hey, it was really good to meet you, or I'm so glad we connected. That's the kind of thing you're going to share. But have these systems in place and you'll know exactly what you're doing at all times. That is intention. That is working, getting the most bang for your buck with everything you do. In business, and I see this all across the board with all different kinds of businesses, we tend to just do the things because we know we're supposed to do the things. Like, I got to post on Instagram. I like need to go live. I need to like whatever, like share like this stuff that came out on Wednesday. But why are you doing them? What are you fulfilling for the person that you're trying to reach? Do you know who your audience is? Do you know the problem you're solving for them? You should be explaining, okay, these are where you're going to take notes. Your why. Your why is more than just why you joined Zyia. Your why is your purpose for the particular thing, okay? I'm talking specific day to day. Of course, you want your overall why that you're always sharing. I'm talking about instances of action that you're doing every day. So if you're about to post for Zyia Wednesday, what's your purpose for posting those? Is it to create sales, to get people to join your email list, to have someone go check it out, for someone to ask you to do a party so they can get new stuff? What is your why? What is your purpose? Who's your ideal customer, and are you talking about them? Are you saying, hey girl, I know that you're at Target today, but I'm at the warehouse and I wanted to let you know that these are actually better than the ones I saw at Target yesterday? Or are you saying, hey, like I just was at the gym and I saw some Spanx that were black camo, and guess what? We have dupes that are half the price and you're gonna love them. And you're talking to them because you speak the same lingo. If you know your ideal customer, when you post, you're talking specifically to them. So you're either talking about your purpose or your ideal customer and your difference, how and why you're the best. So how and why they should order from you instead of Spanx, Lululemon, Target, Old Navy, Gap. Why are they ordering from you? And again, all of this is great to remember as a broad spectrum, but also for everything that you do on your day-to-day basis. If you're about to post on your Facebook group about the cute jacket that came out yesterday, the note one, Explain why that jacket is the best. Don't just be like, this is a cute jacket. Oh my gosh, go check it out. Most of the time that's not going to work because you're not solving a problem and you're not connecting with your viewers. But if you say, this is the most bomber jacket, I have one from Old Navy. This is like not as good. And if I said like, oh my gosh, it's like such great quality, it's perfect for whatever, give them a reason why it's the best, and how you are the best, or how this item is the best. Price and positioning. Price and positioning is like the story customers believe about the value you create. So that means that it's either like the price or just like the value, right? Like you want to be a part of Zyia because like, and tell them the story of the value of it, right? You're able to pay for your daughter's swim classes and ballet classes. You're going to be able to pay for your Christmas just by talking about what you love and already wear. This is something that we're about to go into momentum, and I want to share it with you because it's changed my life. I went through a divorce, and the way that I survived for the months where I had no income was the fact that I had a Zyia check. That's my story. And that's the value that people can connect to when I talk to them. So price and positioning, distribution, how you reach people and get your products into their hands. So that's something you can talk about all the time. Hey guys, today only, say it's a Friday, you haven't had any sales and you want to create sales today. On Friday, you go, today only, I'm going to personally ship out the next 5 orders. So I'm going to place a big order, have them all come to my house, and I'm going to put some goodies in with it because I love you guys. And that's how the product is getting to you. Or you get to talk about, hey, did you know that our products basically get shipped out next day? So if you order today, it gets shipped out tomorrow. You'll have it by end of the week. That's something that is different that you can talk about and create urgency or anything else. The wonderful and beautiful thing about these is that when you combine the two, you can mix and match any of these, right? Who your ideal customer is with how our products get into their hands. The difference of why we're the best and price, right? You can mix and match these when you have these laid out for you, and you always have something to talk about, and you always have something to connect to your customers with, whether it's the team side or it's the product side. Your platform where you tell your story. Hey, go find me on Instagram. I always am talking about what's happening with my team. I would love for you to be in our Discover call. I would love for you to be a part of what we're doing. If you want to host a party, an online party, I'm always talking about what's new. Hey, are you on my email list? Because I share the latest stuff every week, and I give an incentive on Wednesdays, and it's only found on my email list. You should be a part of it. There's value there for you. So tell where your story is. And promotion. So like how you tell your story, right? Like I always do a live every Wednesday when I go turn on the goods, and you guys can see it, and you can ask any questions. I basically show you that it's squat proof or how it fits. Or I always talk to you guys when I'm on my way to Target, and I'm going to show you the difference between our stuff and Target. Or I always tell my story because I'm active and I'm in the mountains, and I like to show you guys how this stuff works. Or I like to give you an insight of me working at my desk, because my passion is working with other women and seeing women fulfill their dreams. And so that's how I tell my story of what I do. Conversion. So that's how you deepen your relationships with prospective customers. So that's how you say, I would be happy to do a call with you and explain anything with you. That's where your 222 comes in. Hey, I would check in on you. Like it's been a couple weeks since you got your order. How are they doing? Do you love them? Do you have any questions? I would love a review from you. Do you think that, hey, I saw today that blue navy joggers came out, and I thought of you. I thought maybe you'd like these because you got the black joggers last time, and I know you were obsessed. So deepen those relationships and figure out ways to be personable with your people. We totally know this. It's all about relationships, right? But you can do that every day. When you think of how am I going to be intentional with my time today, take one of these things, and I promise you it will push your business forward. Growth, the plan for attracting more customers. So this kind of takes everything we shared, right? but you can talk about it. You can say, I really hope that if you are interested, you reach out and I can tell you more about it. And maybe I can help you find a way to get some leggings for half off. Or, hey, if you have someone who you think would love these, let me know. And that goes into referral. So referrals next. So like the story people give to tell other people. So are you having your audience share that they're squat proof? Are you having them share that it's high quality, or that the price is bomb, or the fact that we're about to go into momentum, or that you get to work with your best friend, or you have found your sisters in Zyia? What is it that you want your people to share? Because like Danelle said, whether it's you or someone else, they're going to talk about it. People are going to find out about it, and it's a referral system. That's life in general. If you go on Instagram right now, people buy stuff because bloggers talk about it, right? Like everything is by word of mouth. So you get to narrate what the story is that you're sharing. So what is it that you want people to say to have people come to you? And then increasing your transaction value. So that's like upping your sales. So how do you delight those customers? How do you make them feel like, I am so glad that I bought from Marlena? How do I know that like that's my girl, right? When it comes to Zyia, because at some point everyone's going to know about Zyia. And what's the difference between clicking on her link and her link? Literally nothing, other than any special attention that you get, or because I like her more. That's just like end of story. At some point, Zyia is going to be around everywhere. If I wanted to go buy LuLaRoe right now or Usborne books, I could just go Google it because I don't have like a person. So you need to become someone's person, and you need to increase their satisfaction with you. Do you send notes? Do you text them? Do you follow up with them? Is it because you are really transparent in your reviews of the stuff that's coming out? Is it because you really welcome new girls that come onto your team? What is it that makes it people want to come to you and not someone else? And last thing is retention. Retention is how do you keep them coming back, right? How do they keep coming back? Well, we know that Zyia stuff keeps coming out, and we know that people love it, and that's our hook. But why are they coming back to you? And why are they going to keep buying Zyia when like Gap launches new stuff all the time too, and Lululemon? And there will always be another competitive company out there trying to do what we're doing. So why you? So all of these things, you can figure out ways to talk about them, market yourself in your emails, your Instagram, your Facebook, how you talk to people. And all these things create value for you as a person because you are your business. People have to feel that connection to you. So all of these things are ways where if you have the day to say, I don't know, I have 4 hours. I've got a babysitter. I've got 4 hours. I'm not sure what to do today. Okay, look at this list. Okay, I need to remember that I need to make my customers happy. So I'm going to follow up with people. I'm also going to talk about our value. I'm going to reach out to someone who's my ideal customer and ask what they love about what I do so I can do more of it. I'm going to offer a special because I know that when I tell my story of whatever, that people will connect and they want to be a part of that, like trying to hit 50 leggings in a month. Whatever it is, you're providing value for your business, and it will help you increase your sales. It will help people remember you and want to be your Zyia sister or refer people to you. And everything you do should have intention with your business. Don't do the things just because it's a list. Don't do it because your leader tells you to do it. Do it because it pushes you forward. There should not be a checklist. It should be, I'm doing this because there is a call to action for everything you do in your business. There's a reason why you talk to people. There's a reason why you're going on your stories. And it's not to show a cute selfie in leggings. It's just not. That's not enough. You have to have the reason behind it. So look at this list. And whenever you're going to do a post, look at it and go, okay, which one am I going to hit in what I'm about to say or share? So there is purpose for everything you do. Boom, done. Sorry, we went over. I try to keep it short.
Chelsea, will you go through your bullet points again, like your why, your ideal customer, your pricing and positioning? Just give me those bullet points a little so I can write it. Some of them I missed.
So there's your why, which is
Yeah.
your purpose. Your who, which is your ideal customer.
Okay.
The difference, which is like your how and why you are the best. You have price and positioning.
Yeah.
So the story customers believe about the value you create. Not what Zyia creates, what you create. Your story is different. The reason why you get this, all of this is you. The story customers believe about value you create.
Okay.
Distribution. That's how you reach people and get your products into their hands.
Okay, what's the next one? That's the one I didn't know.
Platform, that's like where you tell your story.
Okay.
Promotion, that's like how you tell your story.
Okay.
Conversion, that's how you deepen relationships with prospective customers. Deepen relationships with prospective customers. Growth, that's the plan for attracting more customers. Referrals, the story you give people to tell.
Okay.
And
Increase
increasing
transaction.
transaction value.
Yeah.
So how you make your customers happy, how you delight them. And then the last is retention.
Okay, perfect.
So how you keep your customers coming back.
Okay, perfect. That was awesome. Thank you. Anyone?
I know it was a lot.
Oh, it's good. This is recorded, so I will have it put over into, it's either goes to my Google Drive or Dropbox, whichever I prefer. So you guys can share it with your teams. Anyone have any questions before we leave? So silent, my goodness.
Wow.
How
Okay.
do we that the Cabo trip?
Yeah.
How do you apply for that? Like, not apply, but how do you?
Okay, so when we get back from the leadership retreat in January, they will announce, like that last day, they announced the qualifications for the next trip. And that will be, like for Cabo, we had to earn points. And for every 3 reps that you signed up in a month, you got so many points. For every $2,500 you hit, you got so many points. And that went, I think, for 4 months. So if you hit a certain number of points, then you were able to go on the trip without any spending money. And if you hit more points, you then could go onto the trip and you would have spending money. With the Vegas one, if you had, if you were the top if you earned so many points, then you got a suite instead of just a room. So yeah, they make it all sweet like that. So right after everyone comes back from Thailand, then they're going to announce it then. Okay, guys, I have to run. I'm headed down to Salt Lake. So thank you all for coming on, and please take all this. Yeah, Steph, go ahead. Or are you just saying bye? Okay. Take this information and get it to your downlines. Build your downlines, okay? So then you can get it to your downlines. And let's do this. We have 8 weeks. Let's start a momentum on all our teams. Okay. Love ya. Bye. Gotta go.
Bye.